of Fulton County, Georgia. I am Judge Melanie Williams, and today we will address cases where they've already been formally accused despite the individuals being recently arrested and bound over to state court. All defendants, you have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney today. I'm conducting this hearing over the internet as a live stream. It's also being recorded. That means any member of the public can log on and watch this. When I ask if you understand your rights, that is what I am referring to. Have all defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients?
Yes, Your Honor. Only
All
thing
right.
is, Your Honor, there's one client we believe that she is still in North Fulton Hospital. So I just wanted to let the court aware of that. Position 17.
Okay. So she may not be present. Is she a waiver
No, Your Honor, she is medical reset
or
probably.
medical? Okay. And not opportunity to speak to her. All right, Miss Bridgewater, what is my reset date?
Yes, Your Honor, it's December the 19th.
All right, those who receive a signature bond, whether through pretrial or the jail, will be reset for the notice. Those who receive a surety or cash bond will be reset to state purpose on the 19th of December, whereby bond and other aspects of the case can be revisited. All right, who do I have first at courtroom 2?
Good afternoon, Judge Williams. This is going to be a private attorney case, position number 5, Clark.
And I'm assuming, Mr. Coleman, do you represent Mr. Clark?
Yes, Your Honor, Jerome Clark.
All right, good afternoon. All right, Mr. Clark, you are positions 4 and 5. Your cases are 23 CR 007738E, in which you're charged with battery. And the second case, 23 CR 007739E, in which you're charged with obstruction. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Who's on the line from pretrial today? Oh, Miss Jackson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It's
Good
Miss Jackson.
Good afternoon, Miss Jackson. Can I have that history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The last arrest was September the 20th, 2023 in Fulton County for battery, family violence, and obstruction of an officer. That case appeared to be still pending. That case number is 23 CP 215480. Also, he appears to have an open case pending in Fulton County for theft by taking and simple battery. That case number is 23 SC 188268. Also, in addition to that, he appears to be on probation in Athens, Clarke County, Georgia, for Misdemeanor Terroristic Threats Act. That disposition date was March the 7th, 2023, and the term is for 12 months. And he does appear to have an outstanding holdout of Athens, Clarke, Georgia, for a probation violation. The date on that warrant was November the 7th, 2023. Nothing in addition, Your Honor. I apologize, Your Honor. We have a new system in place and I'm still getting used to it. He does appear to meet the criteria for UJR level 3 with a 79% chance of appearing for court and a 65% chance of remaining arrest-free. Nothing in addition.
Okay, those are interesting stats, Miss Jackson. Thank you. Mr. Walker, please proceed with your recommendation.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. And just to clarify, I believe that the battery case that the pretrial officer mentioned is the one that's before the court today. But for the first case, law enforcement was dispatched to 1052 Meadow Circle, where they met with the victim, Ms. Jasmine Sullivan. She advised that her and the defendant were in a disagreement and he struck her. In the second case, I believe it's the same incident location. Police were dispatched due to a domestic dispute. Upon arrival at the same location, they met the defendant, who currently had a warrant out for that previous case, I believe. He did resist arrest, and that's the basis for the obstruction. So the first case, the state is asking for a $1,000 surety bond, no contact with the victim, and stay away from the incident location. And for the second case, we're just asking for a signature bond through the jail, no contact with the same victim, and a stay away from the incident location.
All right, I'm sounding for Jasmine Sullivan at this time. Is it the Jasmine Sullivan? All right.
I'm thinking the same thing.
I had to ask. All right, Mr. Coleman, I'm inclined to accept the recommendation of the state and give him a surety bond as to as the case on the calendar number 4, and the signature bond through the jail with those conditions. If you have objections, I'm happy to hear those. And if there's anything additional you'd like to put on the record, please let me know that as well.
I was called earlier on this, and I believe, Your Honor, is this a case from 2022?
It is.
So strangely enough, the arrest warrants were recently put in. I'm actually assisting Mr. Clark on the additional cases. I also assisted him on the case out of Athens. While I understand that they're asking for $1,000 surety bond, I would at least request that he can get a signature bond on both. I will continue to assist Mr. Clark moving forward, even with this case. I'm currently back and forth with the DA's office on his current cases because there is some outstanding information. He's takes medication. There's some things that his family's trying to get corrected, and they've actually made some tweaks to that medication here recently. I believe we'll get all these things resolved. He will stay away from the victim. Him coming back to court is not a question because I've been assisting him on all cases, and he will definitely be here. He is here today because, in all actuality, he called law enforcement, and as a result of him calling law enforcement, he finds himself in detention today because he had no idea about this 2022 warrant.
All right.
And Your Honor, just briefly, I could clarify. I thought the case that pretrial read was a CR number, but that's actually an open felony, and that is a separate case from the DA's office, and that felony case is with the same victim, Ms. Sullivan. So that's another basis for the surety bond in the battery matter.
All right. Defendant will receive $1,000 surety as to the case ending in 7738E. He is to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. As to the case ending in 7739E, defendant will receive a $5,000 SOB through the jail, $2,500 on each count, with no conditions other than to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
And I apologize,
right.
Ron. Could you please? I apologize. Could you repeat that?
It's gonna be that the entire thing, Mr. Coleman. All right, 1,000 surety on position 4 with no contact and stay away and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Position 5, he's gonna receive a 5,000 SOB through the jail, 2,500 on each count, with the conditions to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Clark. That concludes your case. Mr. Coleman, does that conclude your business before the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You may be excused. Take care. Have a
Thank
good
you, Your Honor.
afternoon.
Thank you, Deb. Position 6, Jacques.
All right. Good afternoon, Ms. Jacques. Your case is 23 CR 007740A. You're charged with simple battery, family violence, with the offense date of December the 4th. You understand your rights? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Ms. Jackson, can I please have Ms. Jackson's history, please?
Is the first name Jersey?
Yes,
Jersey or something?
yes, it's
Okay.
Jersey.
Thank you. She has one prior cycle. The last arrest was May the 21st, 2022 in Fulton County for a DUI. There was no disposition for that arrest. She does appear to meet the criteria for UJR through the jail. There's a 91% chance that she may appear for court and a 87% chance that she may remain arrest-free. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 1375 Northside Drive, where they spoke to the victim, Giovanni Mary. The victim advised that they were in a verbal disagreement with the defendant. At that time, the defendant became angry and began to strike them and throw bottles out of the kitchen at the victim. The state is asking for a signature bond through pretrial services, a 2-day anger awareness course, no contact with the victim, Giovanni Mary. no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if I didn't say a stay away as well. And of course, we would sign for the victim, Giovanni Mary. Oh, it was a dual arrest, so take that back.
Okay, so that person will not be here to make a statement. All right, who represents this defendant? Oh, you're muted, Mr. Cook, if you're speaking.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm not used to 20th century technology. So
that's all right.
Keith Cook with the PD's office. Your Honor, I think pretrial said it all. We're asking for a signature bond through the jail. She has lived in Atlanta about 3 years. She does have a job. It's concierge with a hotel here, and she can stay away from the incident location, and she wants to more than stay away from the alleged victim. So we would ask for a signature bond through the jail and not pretrial. Thank you.
All right. All right. I am gonna send it through pretrial so that she can take that 1-day anger awareness course. Defendant is gonna receive a $1,500 SOB through pretrial per judge. She is gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no contact with the cross defendant in this case, stay away from the address on Northside Drive, and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Ms. Jackson, the lowest level of reporting is level 1. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'd like her to report level 1. All right, is there anything additional?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, but the cross defendant is position 13 on today's calendar as well.
If we can do that one next. All right, Mr. Cook, does that conclude your business?
Yes, but I stay through the whole process, Your Honor.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
I actually have 2 or 3 more, but I stay through the whole process.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Jock. That concludes your case. Can we do the cross defendant case next?
This is position 13. Mary,
All right. Your Miss Mary, your case is 23 CR 007747A. You're charged with simple battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Miss Jackson, can I have the history, please?
Your Honor, he does not have any prior arrests on file. He does appear to
Okay.
meet the criteria for UJR through the jail with a 91% chance of appearing for court and an 87% chance of remaining arrest-free. Nothing in addition.
All right, thank you.
I won't reiterate the facts, but it's the same recommendation. The only amendment I will make is I won't ask for the stay away in this case since the other cross defendant was ordered to stay away. Nothing further from the stay at this time.
All right, Ms. McLeod, I'm inclined to grant the SOB through pretrial, require the 1-day anger awareness, and the no contact. Are there objections or anything additional you'd like to add?
Yes, I do have something additional, Your Honor. My
All right.
client actually tells me that the location in question is the cross defendant's home.
Okay, so the defendant, your client is willing to stay away from that location?
Yes, but he will need a one-time police escort to get his belongings.
All right, so we're gonna change that, Ms. Bridgewater, we're gonna delete the stay away from the last case, and we're gonna put the stay away here with a one-time law enforcement escort. Defendant's
Okay.
gonna receive a $1,500 SOB through pretrial. It's gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no contact with the cross defendant, and stay away from that location. They'll return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. Is there anything, and of course, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Is this on
Level
level
1.
one? Yes.
Level 1 rebel
Okay.
reporting. Thank you. Is anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Mary. That concludes your case. What do we have next?
Judge, the next case, it's actually a bind over. Come on, Ms. Scott. She's never been brought in front of a judge. This is Michelle Scott.
I think her case was dismissed.
That position does not appear on the calendar. So was that NOD?
I believe so, but let me just check.
We
Yes,
received the NOD.
Yes, it was sent at 11/18.
Okay, so that case has been dismissed.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, you're good. Position 12, Martin.
All right. Good afternoon. Your case, Mr. Martin, is 23 CR 007746A. You're charged with obstruction and reckless conduct. Do you understand your rights? I'm assuming that's a yes. All right, Miss Jackson, may I please have the history?
He does not have any prior arrests on file, Your Honor. He does appear to meet the criteria for a UJR, a level 1, with a 91% chance of appearing for court and an 80% chance of remaining arrest-free. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant was standing in front of 540 Windsor Street. He was standing with another individual who is known to be actively wanted. As the officer approached this group of males, all the males took off running. This particular defendant, not only did he take off running, but he discarded or threw out a Glock 22 model semi-automatic pistol while he was running away. That is the basis of the reckless conduct. To the reckless conduct, the state is asking for a $10,000 surety. To the count of obstruction, the state is asking for a $1,000 surety. Stay away from that instant location. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right. Ms. Kim, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please
My
proceed.
client is 20 years old, Your Honor, and he claims that he was employed at friend's father's construction company. He was doing a house renovation, but recently there's no project yet, so he does not have income as of now. So he's qualified for public defender services. He graduated from high school, Phoenix High School, with a GPA 3.2. He was in the wrong place at wrong spot. He went there for like 3 seconds and then he got arrested. So we would like to request for signature on bond. This is his first arrest ever. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. At this time, defendant is going to receive a $2,500 surety bond. It's $500 on count 1, 200. I'm sorry, 2,000 on count 2 for the total of the 2,500. And he's to stay away from that location and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Position 14, McCants.
So what is that?
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. McCants. Your case is 23 CR 007748D. You're charged with criminal trespass, simple battery, family violence. I'm sorry, 2 counts of criminal trespass and 1 count of simple battery, family violence. You understand your rights? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. If I could have the history, Ms. Jackson?
This is for McCant, Your Honor.
Yes, position 14.
There's 1 prior cycle. The last arrest was September the 8th, 2021 in Clayton County for crossing state or county or guard lines with weapons, intoxicants, or drugs without consent. That case appeared to be still pending, Your Honor. The defendant does appear to meet the criteria for UJR through pretrial services, a level 2, with an 84% chance of appearing for court and a 71% chance of remaining arrest-free. Nothing in addition.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 4922 Rock Hill Road. The defendant went to that location. The victim's name is Tara Jones. I believe the defendant is her son. Apparently, he has not lived at that location close to 10 years, but he entered the home. His mother, and his brother were engaged in some type of verbal turn physical altercation. We have had contact with the mother. She said they have been having issues for some time, but however, he has repaired whatever damage that occurred at the home. So with that being said, we are asking for a signature bond through pretrial services. We're asking for a no further violent contact with the mother, Ms. Tara Jones, a 2-day anger awareness class, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And of course, we would ask or sound for the victim, Ms. Tara Jones.
All right, Ms. Jones, if you are present and wish to make a statement, please unmute your screen and raise your right hand. Hearing, seeing none, I believe. Mr. Cook, this is your client as well?
No, this is my client, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry, Ms. Kim, this is yours. I'm inclined to grant the SOB through pretrial, require the 1-day anger awareness, and have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. Is there anything additional you'd like to add or objections you'd like to lodge, Ms. Kim?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant is going to receive a, let me see, I'm bad at math. $4,000 SOB through pretrial. It'll be $1,000 on each of the criminal trespass and $2,000 on the simple battery family violence to equal that $4,000. He's to have no further violent contact with his mother, Ms. Jones, and he is to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and to take that 1-day anger awareness course. All right, best of luck.
What level, Judge?
Level, he was recommended, Ms. Jackson, level 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna take pretrial's recommendation level 2.
Okay.
All right, best of luck to you, sir.
Hold on, let's see. Positions 18 and 19, Scholar.
We requested for,
Can we hear that at the end of the calendar, please?
Okay, go back and have a seat for me. Position 20, Session. It's back in the back.
All right, good afternoon. Mr. Session, your case number is 23 CR 007754F. You're charged with obstruction, battery, family violence, obstruction or hindering someone making an emergency call, and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Jackson, can I have you sit there, please?
Yes, Your Honor. If I could have just a moment, I didn't write down the number of cycles, and I apologize.
That's okay. Take your time.
It's just one prior cycle. It did take me long. Okay. He does have the one prior cycle. That last arrest was March the 26th, 2019 with the City of Atlanta Police Department. He does have one misdemeanor conviction that was in 2019 for driving while license suspended or revoked. He does appear to meet the criteria for UJR, a level 1, and there's an 84% chance that he may appear for court and an 80% chance that he may remain arrest-free. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched, I believe, to 201 17th Street, where they met with the victim, Ms. Renelle Squires. She advised that her 2 small children, the defendant, who are the children's father, were leaving a hotel. They were having a verbal disagreement about a previous incident. At that time, the defendant became irate and began to punch her while she was driving with their 2 children in the car. She was able to get out the car and attempt to call 911, but the defendant was able to take her cell phone from her before she was able to call for help. However, I believe that it was a nearby Good Samaritan, if you will, who called 911 on her behalf. We have made contact with the victim. Of course, there is concern about the victim and the 2 children's safety. I believe Ms. Squires is on the line, so I will let her address the court if she chooses to do so. To the count of the battery, the state is asking for a $2,500 surety. To the count of obstruction, we're asking for a $1,000 surety. To the count of hindering a person making a 911 call, we're asking for a $1,000 surety. And to the 2 counts of cruelty to children, we are asking for a $1,500 surety. We are asking for a no contact with the victim and the 2 minor children. It did not happen at their home, but we are asking for that no contact. We are asking for a 2-day anger awareness class, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And of course, we out for the victim, Ms. Squires, who is on the line.
It's Ms. Briers is the name?
Squires with the S, but I think I'm gonna say Renelle.
All right, ma'am, if you're present, I need you to raise your right hand. If you'd like to make a statement, you're not required to do so, however. All right, do you swear and affirm?
I'm here.
Wait a minute. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. I am not sentencing the defendant today. So if you disagree with anything that Mr. Walker just said, that's not what's critically important. What's most important to me is your desires for contact or any fear that you may have of the defendant. In light of those instructions, what would you like to tell me?
I would say that I don't want to keep him away from his children. He's not a bad father. I want him to see his children, and I'm not afraid of him. Honestly, I feel like, he made some mistakes, but I think that he needs like maybe encouragement or something. But I'm not afraid of him, and I don't think that he needs to stay away from children.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you making that statement, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 26 years old and he was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He's gainfully employed as a certified personal trainer. He's been doing that for about 2 years. And this bond hearing is the only one that I'm going to be representing him. He's not qualified for public defender services, so he will be working with a private attorney. And he graduated from high school. He does have some college experiences. And Your Honor, they do have 2 children together. This happened on May, almost 7 months ago, Your Honor. And after that, they have had no other incidents. They've had good relationship. This is his first violence offense. We would like to request for signature on bond through jail, as he is recommended for as a level 1. We don't mind pretrial services as well. Thank you.
All right. One moment. All right, defendant's gonna receive a $3,500 surety bond, 500 count 1, 1,000 count 2. I'm sorry, hold on. I think I missed one, hold on. Give me 1 second to double check my math. Math was never my strong suit. $1,500. I'm sorry, it should be 3,000 surety. 500 on the obstruction, 1,000 on the battery family violence, 500 on each of the remaining counts. That should equal that 3,000 surety, I believe. Please check my math. But that's a breakdown as intended. He is to have no contact with the alleged victim. However, he can arrange transport of the children through a third party. Additionally, he's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Was there a stay away requested by the state, Mr. Walker?
No, Your Honor, because it did not happen at their home. I believe they may have been staying
At
at
their
a
house.
hotel. Not sure.
Okay, so a stay away is not necessary at this time. Is there anything additional?
However, he may have to have a one-time law enforcement officer escorted visit to his place where his wife resides together. So can he have that to retrieve his personal belongings,
Yes,
Your
he
Honor?
can.
Thanks.
Yes, he can have the one-time escort. All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Session. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Position 3, Cato.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Cato. Your case is 23 CR 007737G. You're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jackson, can I have the history, please?
He does not have any prior arrests on file, Your Honor. He does appear to meet the criteria for a UJR, a level 1 with a parental cosigner. He's 17 years of age, and there's a 91% chance that he may appear for court and an 80% chance that he may remain arrest-free. Nothing in addition.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 795 Humphrey Street, where they spoke to the victim, Robert Cato. The victim and the defendant are brothers that were having a verbal altercation where his brother, who was the defendant, Quentin Cato, I'm sorry, punched him several times. The officer did observe a bloody earlobe to the victim. The state is asking for a signature bond through pretrial services. No further violent contact with the victim, Robert Cato. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond, and a 2-day anger awareness course.
All right. Let me sound for Mr. Cato. Mr. Cato, would you like to make a statement? I see you on the screen. If you do, please raise your right hand.
No, ma'am, not right now.
Understood. Thank
To
you.
be
I
clear, I
appreciate.
believe that might be their father, not the victim.
Oh, that's not the victim. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Understood. I'm actually gonna let me then sound for the victim, Mr. Cato. Mr. Cato, are you present?
They might both be minors, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Mr. Ty, what I'm inclined to do is grant these SOB through pretrial, require a 1-day anger awareness course, and no further violent contact with his brother. Is there any objection from you at this point regarding that ruling or anything additional you'd like to add to the record?
No objection, Your Honor. I would like to add that my client denies the allegations. He's a 10th grader in high school, and yeah, we don't object, but I mean, I prefer a signature bond through the jail since he has no history at all.
All right, I understand, but I'm still gonna send it through pretrial so that he can take that course. In addition, he must be fully engaged in high school. He needs to stay and continue to attend school as part of this bond order. Is there anything additional?
Is he 17, Your Honor? Did I do the math right or no?
Please don't ask me to do
Turned
math.
17.
Will he need a cosign? I'm only asking if he'll need a cosign. I don't want to.
I believe he will. Ms. Jackson has indicated he would. Mr. Ty, who is going to co-sign?
His father, who's on the call right now.
Okay, so Robert Cato will be the co-signer.
Okay.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Cato. This is a second chance. Stay in school, do what's right, listen to your parents, and be respectful. Best of luck
Would
to
you
you.
repeat that bond amount again?
Did I say a bond amount?
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. It'll be a $2,500 SOB through pretrial.
What level?
Thank you, Ms. Bridgewater. Level 1.
Thank you.
Position 21, Stroger.
All right, good afternoon. Your case number is 23 CR 007755G. You are charged with battery at the offense date of April the 4th of 2023. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Jackson, may I please have that history as well?
He has 21 cycles. The last arrest was November the 30th of 2023 in Winder, Georgia, for financial transaction, card theft, and theft by receiving stolen property and giving false information to an officer. That case appeared to be still pending. He does have additional open cases. So one in Fulton County for 2 counts of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during commission of a felony. That case number is 23 SC 188583. And he does appear to have an open case pending out of Clayton County for false imprisonment and simple battery. And he does appear to have an open case pending with the city of Atlanta for driving while license suspended or revoked. There was no case number provided. He did receive first offender treatment in 2009 for 2 counts of burglary. There was no seal date. And he does have misdemeanor conviction and sentences. So one in 2022, he received a nolo contendere sentence out of Henry County for driving while license suspended or revoked. And there was one in 2013 for obstruction of an officer and giving false information to an officer. And he received another nolo contendere sentence in 2010 out of Clayton County for giving false information to an officer. He does appear to meet the criteria for UJR through pretrial services, a level 3, with a 79% chance of appearing for court and a 55% chance of remaining arrest-free. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 6875 Kimberly Mill Road, where they spoke to the victim, Miss Regina Thomas. She advised that her and the defendant shared a Cash App card that they were having a disagreement about. At that time, the defendant became aggressive and violent with her, pulling the victim's hair out of her scalp. The state is asking for a $1,500 surety, a no contact with the victim, Miss Regina Thomas, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond, and we would sound for the victim, Miss Regina Thomas.
All right, Ms. Thomas, if you're present, please unmute your screen. Unmute your screen and turn on your camera if you'd like to make a statement. Hearing and seeing none. All right, Mr. Cook, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has lived in the Metro Atlanta area for 34 years. He works with his dad in a tow truck business and has for a number of years. He has 5 children, 2 of which live with him, and he supports. He has no problem staying away from the incident location or having no further contact with the victim. We would ask for a signature bond through pretrial.
All right. The defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, and have no alcohol, no drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional? All right, hearing none. Best of luck to you, Mr. Strozier. Who do we have next?
Position 7, Jones.
All right, good afternoon. Mr. Jones, your case is 23 CR 007741D. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Jackson, can I have history, please?
Yes, he has 37 cycles. The last arrest was June the 30th of 2023 with the City of Atlanta Police Department, theft by shoplifting. He also appears to be on probation in Douglas County for theft by shoplifting. That disposition date was September the 11th, 2019, and the term is for 6 years. In addition to that, he has an outstanding holdout of Douglas County for a failure to appear. The date on that warrant is October the 25th, 2023. He does have prior felony convictions. It's one in 2016 for possession of cocaine, one in 2015 for possession of cocaine, one in 2014 for possession of cocaine, one in 2013 for criminal attempt to commit a felony, one in 2011 for 2 counts of financial transaction card theft and theft by taking, and 2 counts of burglary and theft by taking. There was one in 2009 for burglary. He did receive first offender treatment in 2008 out of DeKalb County for criminal attempt to commit a felony. That case was sealed July the 6th, 2017. And he does have misdemeanor convictions. It's one in 2023 for theft by shoplifting, one in 2015 for theft by taking. Nothing, well, he does appear to meet the criteria for a UJR level 3 through pretrial services. And there's a 79% chance that he may appear for court and a 65% chance that he may remain arrest free. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. Law enforcement was dispatched to 2310 MLK Junior Drive. That location is a Dollar General. The store attendant advised that the defendant had already previously been arrested from shoplifting from that location. Upon his release from jail, he came back to the location. He entered the store with a large black trash can and proceeded to fill it up with items throughout the store. The state is asking for $1,000 surety bond. Stay away from the incident location, the Dollar General located on 2310 MLK Drive. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond.
Okay. Mrs. Todd?
Yes, Your Honor. My client denies the allegations in the warrant. A lot of that history was from years ago when he was in his teens. I understand that he has some history, but he is UJR level 3, so I'm requesting a signature bond through pretrial services with a stay away from the Dollar General, of course, is fine, and any other restrictions that Your Honor sees fit, considering the history.
And Your Honor, I know they said that he met the criteria. I don't know what the criteria is, but I do know he has a hold, and I'm surely not advocating for a signature bond, but I'm not seeing how he'll be able to report to the pretrial when he has a foreign county hold. So again, the state is asking for that surety bond, and this case will be transferred to the DA's office. We're just waiting for a copy, certified convictions of his previous shoplifting dispositions.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $500 surety bond. He's to stay away from that Dollar General and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional? Sir, I know you want to, I don't think you should. You have a right to remain silent. The state is listening. So anything you say, they're gonna use it against you.
All right, the only thing I wanted to say was this situation is a duplicate. I've already been
Oh,
sent.
you don't need to state anything.
I don't.
No.
Let your attorney speak for you, okay?
I apologize,
All right, Mr. Ty will be in touch with you shortly hereafter, okay? Best of luck to you for now. That will conclude your case.
I'm sorry. You got a 500, goodbye.
Oh, shoot.
Position 1, Bob.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Boggs. Your case is 23 CR 007742A. You're charged with DUI, driving while your license is suspended, open container, expired plate, seatbelt violation, giving false information, and DUI per se. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Jackson, can I have the history? And if you have the driving history, that'd be great. If not, that's fine as well.
This is for Anthony Boggs, Your Honor.
Yes.
He has 21 cycles. The last arrest was January the 31st, 2023 out of Clayton County for a P&I, and that appears to be still pending. And he has an open case pending out of Garden City, Georgia for armed robbery. And he does have misdemeanor sentences and convictions. So when in 2022, he received a no contendory sentence out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. When in 2019 out of Clayton County for driving while license suspended or revoked. So another one out of 2019 out of Clayton County for driving while license suspended or revoked and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. So one in 2014 for driving while license suspended or revoked. One in 2011 out of Chatham County for fleeing or attempting to elude an officer and driving while license suspended or revoked. And one in 2008 out of Chatham County for theft by taking. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement observed the defendant driving a white sedan in the area of Wendell and MLK Jr. Drive with the expired registration and no headlights. Upon pulling the driver over, the officer spoke to the driver who was not wearing his seatbelt. The officer immediately detected the odor of alcohol coming from his person. In speaking with the defendant, his voice or his speech was slurred. He had glassy eyes and he was unsteady on his feet. The driver did admit to drinking before driving. At that time, he was taken into custody for DUI. To the one count of DUI alcohol, the state is asking for a $2,000 surety. To the count of the DUI per se, we are asking for a $2,000 SOB jail. To the driving while license suspended, and I believe this is his fourth at least, so this will be a felony transfer. The state is asking for a $1,000 surety. To the possession of open alcohol, we are asking for a $500 surety. To the expired tags and the seatbelt violation, we are asking for a signature bonds through the jail, and through the false information, we are also asking for a signature bond through the jail.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Ty?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 40 years old. He does have 4 children who he supports financially. He has been working steadily for 5 years at least with the same company as a forklift operator. He denies the allegations in the warrant. He cannot afford any bond today, and he has nobody to contact for help. So I ask your honor to take that into consideration when setting a bond. I am requesting a signature bond with whatever restrictions your honor sees fit.
Okay, defendant's gonna receive an $8,000 split bond. On the DUI, he's gonna receive a $2,000 surety. On the driving while license suspended, a $500 surety. On the open container, a $500 surety. On the expired tag, a $1,000 SOB through the jail. On the seatbelt violation, 1,000 SOB through the jail. On the giving false information,
Excuse me,
1,000.
Yana, can you slow down?
Oh,
Can
I'm
you slow
sorry,
down?
Ms.
I'm trying to write down these amounts in the right places.
Okay, my apologies. Let's start again. On the DUI, first count, it'll be a $2,000 surety bond.
Mm-hmm.
Count two, $500 surety bond.
Okay.
And count three, 500. So he's gonna have to make 3,000 surety. Let's double check that math. That looks correct. And then the remaining will be SOB through the jail. With the exception of the DUI less safe, each one of those will be 1,000. The DUI per se, I apologize, will be a 2,000. So that should be a $5,000 SOB through the jail. 1,000
4
on
through
count.
6.
Yes.
Charges 4 through 6, $1,000 each.
4, 5, 6. Yes, and then count 7 is a 2,000
Okay, thank you.
SOB. And he is not to drive without a valid license issued by the Georgia DDS. And additionally, he's to have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. That's a condition. Is there anything additional? And I apologize for that excessive rate of speed. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Position 2, Boulay.
All right, good afternoon. Your case is 23 CR 007736Y. You're charged with battery. Do you understand your right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Jackson, the history, please.
This may be another one that I accidentally left off these cycles, Your Honor, but I'll go into
That's
it.
okay.
The last arrest was May the 16th, 2023, out of Gwinnett County for aggravated battery. He does appear to be on probation in Gwinnett County for aggravated battery. That disposition date was August the 24th, 2023, and the term is for 5 years. And he does appear to have an open case pending in DeKalb County for criminal attempt to commit a felony. And there's an outstanding hold out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, for a probation violation. The date on that warrant was November the 28th, 2023. And he did receive first offender treatment in 2015 out of Gwinnett County for burglary in the first degree. There was no seal date. He does have misdemeanor convictions. One in 2022 out of DeKalb County for obstruction of an officer. It's another one in 2022 out of DeKalb County for simple assault. It's another one in 2022 in DeKalb County for theft by shoplifting. And there was one in 2019 out of Hall County for DUI. And one in 2013 out of DeKalb County for affray. And he does appear to meet the criteria for his UJR level 3. And there's a 76% chance that he may appear for court and a 50% chance that he may remain arrest-free. I'm sorry, Your Honor. And I'm going to go ahead and look up those cycles for you.
That's fine. No need to do that, Ms. Jackson. All right, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor. Law enforcement was dispatched to the Lindbergh MARTA station located at 2420 Piedmont Road, where they met with the victim, Mr. Anthony Rose. He advised that the defendant is a stranger and he was attacked unprovoked. There were also bystanders who confirmed the victim's version of events. The state has grave concern due to the defendant's lengthy criminal history, so the state will be asking for a $2,000 surety. No murder while out on bond, no contact with their victim, Mr. Anthony Rose, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. Of course, that was found for the victim, Mr. Anthony Rose.
All right, Mr. Rose, if you're present and wish to make a statement, please turn on your camera and raise your right hand. All right, Mrs. Ty, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 29 years old. He does have 3 children, ages 11, 9, and 7. He currently does not have housing. And so he also does not have a job. He can't afford anything for bond today. And I am requesting a signature bond through pretrial services.
All right, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case and stay away from that MARTA station. Additionally, he's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. I'm not gonna fully restrict him from MARTA. I'm just gonna require that he comply with any active suspensions that may be in place. All right, is there anything additional? Hearing none, best of luck to you, Mr. Boulay. Who do we have next?
Position 8, King.
All right, is that the last person?
No, Judge.
They asked to go last. So this is position 18?
This is position 8, King.
Oh, 8 King. I apologize.
Oh,
It sounded like 18.
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Mr. King, your case is 23 CR 00774E. You're charged with simple battery. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Jackson, can I have that history, please?
Okay, I need to ask, what position is that now?
Number 8, Mr. King.
Okay, thank you. Just a moment, please. Okay, I don't think I have a history from Mr. King, but let me look into our files, Your Honor, and I can go
That's
for it.
okay. We'll defer to Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, will you give us the history if you have it?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a 2023 fugitive from justice, and I'm showing a 2018 conviction for disorderly conduct. That was reduced from aggravated assault. Don't know how that happened. In this incident, law enforcement was dispatched from 1338 Linford Drive, where they met with our victim, Ms. Stephanie Dix. She advised that her and her boyfriend, or her ex-boyfriend at that time, were engaged in a verbal disagreement. He did slap her, causing her to fall down the stairs. We have had contact with the victim. They have been on and off together for 5 years. They have no children that do not reside together. However, she is a concern for her safety. The state is asking for a signature bond through pretrial services, no contact with the victim, Stephanie Dix, a 2-day anger awareness course, no weapon, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond, and of course, we assign for the victim, Ms. Dix.
All right, Ms. Dix, I'm sounding for you at this time. If you wish to make a statement, this is your opportunity to do so. All right, hearing none. Mr. Cook? And you're muted again. We can't hear you.
I apologize.
No problem.
No, my client denies the allegations. He's 52 years old. He has lived in the metro Atlanta area his entire life. He works for himself in computer services, and he's self-employed. He has an associate degree in computer science. This incident, apparently, if it occurred at all, occurred at his residence, so he can't be asked to stay away from there, but he has no interest in having any contact with the victim, who apparently was at one point a girlfriend. And so we would ask for a signature bond through the jail.
All right, defendant will receive a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. He's gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course. That's gonna be at level 2. He is to have no contact with Miss Dix, and he must stay away from that location if Miss Dix resides there. If she does not, he can return. We'll make that determination by him returning one time with law enforcement and determining whether or not Miss Dix is still there. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons as a condition. Is there anything further? All right, best of luck to you, Mr. King. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Position 10, you okay? Got it? Position 10, Love.
All right, Mr. Love, your case is 23 CR 007745E. You're charged with battery and theft by taking with the offense date of December the 3rd. Do you understand, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jackson, can I have the history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. He does not have any prior arrests on file. He appeared to meet the criteria for UJR through the jail with a 91% chance of appearing for court and an 87% chance of remaining arrest-free. Nothing in addition.
All right, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement made contact with Miss Jamiria Geiger. She was in the middle of the roadway with blood all over her face. She advised that the defendant, who was her boyfriend at that time, I believe, they were engaged in a verbal disagreement. He became violent and slammed her to the ground, and he also punched her, is my understanding. He also took her iPhone 14 Pro Max. We have had contact with the victim. She is on the line, so I will allow her to speak for herself. It's my understanding that she had to be treated at the hospital. She had to get several stitches. The state is asking for a $2,000 surety bond to the 1 count of battery, a $1,000 surety bond for the 1 count of theft by taking. A no contact with the victim is Geiger, a stay away from 145 South McDonough Street, and no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And again, we assign for the victim is Geiger.
Ms. Geiger, if you wish to make a statement, please unmute and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. Again, I'm not sentencing the defendant today. There will be other opportunities for you to make a statement regarding what you believe took place. So if you disagree with something Mr. Walker said, that's not of primary importance. What I'm most concerned with today is your desires for contact and any concerns you have for your safety. In light of those instructions, what would you like to tell me?
I do want to say that the statement was written wrong. He wasn't my boyfriend, and we aren't dating at this time currently. I don't fear for my life, and I'm not scared of him, but I do want him to stay away from me.
All right, understood. I think you've come into court making that statement. All right, Ms. Cook, please, I'm sorry, Mr. Cook. What a day. Please proceed and forgive me.
Your Honor, my client is 24 years old. He's lived in the Atlanta area his entire life. He is employed by Coca-Cola United and then occasionally in season by the Atlanta Braves. He has no problem at all staying away from the location, and he certainly wants no further contact with the alleged victim. So again, we would ask for a signature bond through the jail.
Okay. All right, defendant is going to receive a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial. He's at level 1. He's going to take the 1-day awareness course, and he is to have no contact with the alleged victim. Additionally, was a stay away requested, Mr. Walker?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
All right, and he must stay away from that location as well. Additionally, he's to have no alcohol, no drugs, or no weapons.
Excuse me.
Yes, very quickly, we've heard from you, Ms. Geiger.
Yes, but I was also told to ask, did they retrieve my iPhone when they made an arrest?
Okay, maybe someone from the victim's advocate can speak with Ms. Geiger regarding the phone. Okay, because there's nothing I can do regarding the phone at this time. Okay, Is anybody from the victim advocates line on the,
Actually, that's a question for law enforcement. We don't have.
I know, I just trying to get her at least some numbers to get her phone back.
We've been
All right.
Yeah, I spoke with Gloria Maldonado. She's on here, but I don't see her.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know how to help with that, so perhaps you can speak with someone at law enforcement regarding the phone, okay? All right, best of luck to all concerned.
Your Honor, there are 2 charges. You want to break that down for me?
1,000, what was it, 1,500, 1,000, count 1, 500, count 2?
Thank you.
My apologies, Ms. Bridgewater. Ever since I had to do math, the numbers are not numbering today.
That's quite all right.
All right, who we have next?
This is our breakout, position 1819, scholar.
Okay. Was it is the courtroom
To be
empty?
clear, it was
out.
not a breakout. We were just asking that it's held at the end of the calendar.
And
It's
stop the
position,
live.
what was the announcement for position 9?
I was gonna say all the announcements once we're completed, but I'll say it now. Position
Okay,
9,
that's the last person there.
yes, position 9 is pad, dismiss. Position 11,
Okay.
bonded out.
Okay.
Positions 15 and 16.
And then we have a waiver for Peter.
15 and 16.
Okay.
Your Honor, I also have a client who has waived, Miss Robertson.
Okay. Understood. All right, we're gonna turn off the live stream. I'm sure the state will object, but we're gonna turn it off.
Thank you
we're
for
gonna
noting our
take,
objection.
all right, and we're gonna take up Mr.